Wonderful Sunday, legends. How is it going, legends? Beautiful seeing you again for another live stream. Welcome back to my Christmas live channel. It's 1950s. Welcome back to 1950s Christmas channel. Christmas, why not? Christmas live stream. How is it going, legends? Good to see everyone back joining. Beautiful having you here. Everyone, welcome to the chat. Welcome to my live stream. How is your Sunday so far? I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful Christmas time. Even though the weather is not the best, to be honest. I mean, not the best for kind of like a Christmas feeling vibe. There we have no snow, and I think it's like around 10 degrees or something outside, which is way too warm for December. Probably we should have some snow outside and 2 degrees, 1 degrees and heavy snow. That would be absolutely brilliant. I really hope. I'm absolutely, as you know, I'm a super fan of the Christmas time, and every year I'm hoping to have snow outside laying on the floor when 24th of December in the evening, sitting together, eating, having a wonderful time, and then just open the curtains of your window and you see the snow is falling. A beautiful vibe. I love that. I don't know how about you, but that's everything I need. Everything I need. So, posting to my stories for a second. Give me a second so I can post it to my Instagram stories that we are live. Oh, sorry. So, and as well, we're going live on here to see what the people are doing. Putting it up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Christmas tree in the back. Going live. And then I have something very weird here. What is that? Why is that always popping up? Go away. I don't want that. Okay, now it's gone. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday. How is everyone doing, legends? What's up? Good seeing you here. Hi. Hi, how's it going? Good seeing you. What's up, legends? What's up, everyone? How is life going? How is your Christmas going so far? I'm absolutely in love with the Christmas time. I hope you too. As you can see, I really look forward to spend some hours with you. How is it going? Let me know. How was your day? We're a bit earlier than I actually said I would go live. 1 hour earlier, but hey, who cares? Let's go for it. Outside it's raining. Cats and dogs, no snow unfortunately, but yeah, I have some very Rambazamba here with my headphones. Give me a second. So bad, to be honest. Underneath a little bit more space. It's a cozy so I can don't have it falling down always.
The stockings hang by the fire's glow.
Hey, with Wilfred, how's it going? Good seeing you, legend.
Each note drifts through
How was your day?
the falling snow, bringing cheer wherever they go. The
Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday so far. No, I got it. I think so. Yeah. Now I can listen to some music again. Yes, yes. What's up, legends? Hello, hello. I'm good, man. Bad weather here too. Yeah. I mean, where's the snow? I want snow. I want snow. I don't want rain. We all want snow. I love snow. Especially, you know what I really love? And maybe you feel that, but when you have like 2 or 3 days like full of snow, you know, like during winter, and it's like heavy snow, and then you have it like for 2 days and maybe even for 3 days, and it's like freezing cold outside, and then there's always, after rain there's always sunshine, so after snow there's always sunshine outside, apparently one day. And the most beautiful time in winter for me is when it's snowed like heavy, like crazy, and then the sun comes out 2 days or 3 days later, and it's freezing cold, and the sun shines on the snow, and it has this beautiful shine on it. And then you take a walk, and you walk around, and everything is like sparkling and beautiful. Yeah.
The cocoa's poured, a moment of peace we all can afford.
Oh, I thought I had to sneeze, but it's not.
Frosted paints on the glass.
I'm Korean. Do you know Korea? I know Korea, but I can't speak Korean. Sorry. How do you say your name? Like, how can I say your name? You know, like Peter, Sebastian. How can I call you? Because I really can't read your name. I'm so sorry. So what's up, legend? If I could pronounce it, my name is Tai Wong. Tai Wong. Tai Wong. Nice to meet you. Good seeing you here in the legend chat. Yeah, I don't know how you feel, but do you feel that with the snow? That beautiful, sparkling snow pieces everywhere in the city or in the mountains. I love that. I don't know how about you. But maybe you don't even like snow. Sometimes people tell me they don't even like snow. I don't get it. I thought everyone likes snow, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It might be. There are also people saying they absolutely love rain. I know that rain is important for nature and stuff, but I don't like rain too much, to be honest. Not really. Mein echter Name ist Riham. Hey Riham. Nice to meet you. I think you told me once. I can't remember right, but yeah, maybe you told me once that your name is Rihan, and you kinda using that channel here from your brother or something. Is that right? Yes, yes, how is it going? Beautiful, beautiful.
Stockings hang by the glowing flame, each one waiting with a name. And as the clock strikes 12, we cheer for all the joy that draws us near.
So I probably go into
Trumpets
Discord
play a tune so
and
sweet, strings hum low as memories meet. A
oh no,
world
wait.
aglow in silver and gold, a timeless story
Maybe
forever told.
even better like
Jingle bells are
this, to be honest.
chiming, clear and true.
So what do we
Echoing
have here?
dreams that feel brand new.
Hi, 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 hi.
With love and laughter, hearts take flight on this magical
What is going on in
Christmas
announcements?
night.
Wilfried,
Through frosted
I don't know what
panes,
this
the
is.
world looks still, yet
Main chat.
hearts are dancing
Now,
with a thrill. A wish for
live
peace, a silent plea beneath the boughs of the
Hello, hello.
evergreen
Good, I'm sleeping. Oh, are you tired? Are you going to bed now? Hello. Hi, Fatima.
Oh, the snow is falling,
Ich bin Bayern.
soft and light,
Good to see you.
painting the world in a blanket of white. The fire is crackling, warm and near. It's the coziest time of the year. Jingle bells are
So let's go into the Discord and see what the legends are writing. So we had Max who bought a jacket a few days ago, and he promised to show some pictures after he washed it. And what we have here is, after 2 soaks, 1 cold and 1 a bit warmer, I think I got all the shrink age out of my denim jacket. It's still a bit bigger than I would optimally want, but it definitely great for layering under it for colder seasons. So far so good. Looking good, I would say.
And as the clock strikes 12, we cheer for all the joy
Looks better than
that
before.
draws
Works
us near.
this soak shrinking method also with all kind of denims. I have one denim which is a tiny bit loose and I want to make it smaller, but I'm wondering if this works. I don't see. Bye bye, see you next time. Thank you. Well, the shrinking sorry. So thank you. Well, the shrinking, when done, it's cold or lukewarm water usually only works or is needed when the fabric is unsanforized. Yes, unsanforized means that it's kind of like a shrink to fit. This means the fabric has been woven and not been rinsed or washed after. This also applies to denim that has been rinsed, but it does not shrink nearly as much when it's rinsed, since most of the time, and this usually gets all of the shrinkness. I'd assume my jeans have had at least 1 rinse, but I will try it this weekend anyway. If it goes wrong, no big deal. Just cheap denim. Okay. You're right, looks much better. Yeah, this is our legend chat, so if you want to come into the legend chat, please go ahead, come into it. You're always welcome to come to the Janims chat.
The snowflakes
7th of December, now live.
A winter waltz through the silent trees by the fireside.
What we also can do actually is if we are going to
crackle of the fire, the frosty air, a melody sweet as the stars align. Christmas glows in the olden time.
I see actually well, that one video on TikTok is going absolutely wild.
Let's get dressed.
One, yeah. Posted it 3 days ago, and it has already 1 million views. So 3 days ago, and over 1 million views on TikTok, which is insane, which is crazy. It's this one.
Let's get dressed.
Wild, huh? Over 1 million views in 3 days. I find that insane. But TikTok is super helpful for that. The jacket is the killer piece of it. Yeah, that's the whole piece, right? I don't know if it even can, like, organize the comment section, kind of. I don't think so. What are people actually asking? How can I translate that here? I don't know. What does it say?
Let's get dressed.
Let's make question marks. Because I have no clue what it says actually. Bro, it's not him. Just let the man get ready. Yes. Yes, let me get ready. Why don't you put the belt in the middle? Because it's the only way to wear it. Only way to wear it.
Let's get dressed.
It's the only way to wear it. Hey David, what's up, legend? Good seeing you. These are wild comments. I don't get them. How are you, David? Classy. Thanks. Wer bist du? Was für eine Frage. Easy. That's a crazy comment. Yeah.
A symphony
What's happening now?
beneath the sky. Oh, Christmas by the fireside, with hearts aglow and arms stretched wide. The world may freeze, but here we stay in love's embrace on Christmas.
What else do we have? No. Oh, is this John Cena? why I'm crazy. Shoes, boondockers. Shoes are called boondockers.
Let's get dressed.
What's the brand of the pants? Watch my YouTube video about it. I made a whole YouTube video about it. Can I not? Why can I not make it? Mate, watch my YouTube video. Why can I not post it?
Let's get dressed.
Wow, so many questions. Crazy. Now it's not working again.
Soft and white, a cozy glow this winter's night. The fire
Oh, now it looks different. Oh,
crackles warm and
okay. Yeah, that's YouTube.
memories
YouTube.
You
TikTok.
ever want to do an IRL stream in Japan?
Christmas by
That's TikTok. Crazy. Over 1 million views.
the scent of
Over 1 million views.
pine and mulled red wine.
I don't want that. What is going on here in the chat?
A time for love, a time
Can you calm down?
for cheer. The season's magic
What's the issue?
draws us near. The radio hums a tender tune, the kind that warms a cold December moon. With every note, the years
So, where is it now?
rewind to simpler days where love we'd find. Outside the window, snowflakes play, while laughter keeps the chill at bay. The warmth of love, the gift we share,
Yeah.
fills the air
Yeah, you
with
said that a million
joy
times
and
already.
sweet.
What are you actually trying to say, to be honest? What is that?
The fireside where hearts entwine.
I don't get it.
The scent of pine and mulled red wine. A
Are
time
you
for
trying to say something?
love, a time for cheer. The season's magic draws us near. As stockings hang and candles gleam, we drift together.
I want to watch
in a
something from these guys, yeah.
dream. For though the years may come and go, this fireside love will always glow.
Ja, ist besser. My favorite music is rock and roll, rockabilly, 50s, 60s rock and roll. Hey Theo, what's up? What's up, legend? Came a little bit more earlier than expected. Ja, kann ich.
Soft and white, a cozy glow this winter's night. The fire crackles warm
What's up, Theo? Hope you're doing well.
while memories
How is your Sunday so far?
firelights glow. Christmas by
How
the
is your Sunday
where
so far?
hearts entwine. The scent of pine and mulled red wine. A time for love, a time for cheer. The season's magic draws us
Give
near.
me a second, because I'm looking for
The
something,
radio hums a
but it feels
I had
like
to work,
I can't
the
find it.
kind that warms a cold December moon. With
Maybe
every
it's here. I
note,
don't know.
the years rewind
Oh, where
to
is it now?
simpler days where love we'd find. Outside the window,
Music, fashion, sports.
snowflakes
What is your
play while
hobby?
laughter keeps
Everything is
the
written in my bio.
chill
Might.
at bay.
Kannst du alles da angucken. In meiner Biografie steht alles.
The gift
Kannst du gerne
we
nachschauen.
share fills the air with joy so rare. Christmas by the fireside where hearts entwine.
Oh, we are actually. Oh, we are going to do that. We are actually watching the second part of the Victorian factory. We watched the first part of the workers, and now we're going to watch the how you say it, the Victorian living part. Yeah, we're gonna watch that later. That's gonna be a good one.
This fireside love will always glow.
Why should I? Because my content is international, and I'm not talking German on my live streams. Thank you. Your looks great. Thanks. The problem is I have so many videos in my wanted list, or what I would like to watch with you guys. I think I have to delete some, because I'm going through them, and then all of a sudden I think, hey, did I watch it or not?
Oh, Christmas by the fireside, my dear, with laughter and love to keep us near. The world may be cold, but here we stay.
What is that?
Warming our hearts on this holiday. The old clock chimes its steady tune.
How can you ask what is my name?
Beneath the moon, the
I don't get it.
hangs by the window pane. A moment of joy we'll share again. Oh, Christmas.
Hey, what's up, Max? Good seeing you.
With laughter and love to keep us near.
I went through the Discord already.
But here
Checked it out.
we stay, warming our hearts on this holiday. The
Good, I'm
carolers
from
sing
Bayreuth.
on the snowy
Good to know.
Their voices a gift
I live in
so
Switzerland.
soft, so sweet. And though the years may pass us by, this love will linger like stars in the sky. So let's raise a toast to
How was your
times
Sunday,
we've
Max?
known,
Hope you're doing well.
that's grown and seeds we've sown. The fire burns bright, the
Nein, kann ich
world
nicht.
feels new. With you, my love, my dreams come true.
Yeah, so what's the deal? What's the deal?
The Snow is drifting, soft and white, a blanket wrapped round Christmas night.
I don't get the question. What does it mean? Can you unlock music?
Warms the air while love and
Nah.
laughter linger
No,
there.
no, no.
Oh,
Thank you.
Christmas by the fireside, with hearts aglow and arms stretched wide. The world may freeze, but here we stay.
Had a slow one. Slept in. Had some good pancakes for breakfast. Oh wow. And watched F1 with some friends now. Cool. Very cool. Hey Edwin. Do you have a new name now? A new profile and new. How about you? Well, I don't know. Have you seen my stories? I've been to a very, very beautiful place in Germany with my family. So we had a wonderful weekend. I went there on Friday already. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we just came back actually. Yes, I changed up. Oh, good. So I know Edwin now. No confusion stuff there. Good to see you, Edwin. Yeah, well, so I went to Germany because I was going to film there something for a brand, and yeah, I did that, of course. And so on Friday we arrived and had a very easy and relaxed evening, and then on Saturday I started filming around early noon, around 10 or 11 I think, and then I filmed really like almost for 5 hours or over 5 hours. Got prepared everything and then still had to edit everything, so it takes forever and ever. Filmed there and here, so actually I was filming, to be honest, the whole day. Kind of like the whole day almost, and then late in the evening we were chilling out together and had some fun with my family, and then Sunday we just slept in as well, and then we woke up, and I think was it also around noon we left, and then we just came back not too long ago. I would like to see some videos when you go thrifting for clothes. Yeah, you know, I'm wondering, is that something, like, is that something you enjoy? I mean, there's so many people out there thrifting, and I want to be honest, it's a very, very big problem here in Switzerland, because the thrifting stores here in Switzerland absolutely are not so much fun, to be honest. The problem is that Switzerland is not very, very good when it comes to vintage and fashion, like second-hand fashion. Very, very difficult, man. Oh, so you work weekend, it seems. Saw the Snapchat stories. The place you have been to looked nice. Yeah, very cozy. That was the idea, because the whole video or the whole movie for the company, it needed to be a little bit more. It's kind of like you will see when it will come out. It's something I tried, something a little more engaging and way more fun. It's gonna be very cool, I guess. Let's see. But I need to post it anyway, so yeah. And then we can talk about it here on the live stream, how it is. Bye bye. So how can we fix that? You know what we really would be absolutely super, super, super nice. Would be like a trip around Switzerland and see if there are any good places to thrift, like a kind of like a road trip movie. That would be fun for YouTube. But as I say, it's very, 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 very bad here in Switzerland. There are really no good vintage stores, or at least I don't know of them. Maybe there are some, but how can you find out if these people are not, like not presenting themselves or the store itself on socials? Switzerland is. They are good stores, like some of them are very, very good when it comes to like very nice clothes. But like second-hand vintage, very difficult. Road trip and thrift hunting. I also think it could be fun. Also, I think it doesn't have to be the vintage only. Could be other cool stores as well. Yeah, true. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like maybe a mix. It's easier, true. But I tell you something. I wanted to go to a store. And I wanted to film there. And they told me they don't want it. Here in Switzerland. Now tell me, why should I film? For who? If the store doesn't want it, how can I get into the store and film there? Still can't wrap my head around it, why they don't want it. But I asked them, I wanted to film there, I wanted to make a YouTube video, and they told me not. Yeah. In German there's like a saying, wer nicht will, der hat schon. You can make up your mind. Yeah, that makes it hard. But tell me why a store, and I can even tell you that this store has no website. So how, yeah. I always thought it's bad publicity if you are not allowed to film in stores. Doesn't seem very inviting. I always thought it's bad publicity if you are not allowed. Yeah, what do you mean? Like, do you think of the store is weird that they don't want me to film there? Or do you think when you are in the store and you are filming that it might be kind of like difficult for the customers when they are in the store shopping? It's kind of like has these both things. The only thing I can tell you is I could show in the YouTube video way more than they can actually show. No, I don't. I do not appreciate stores themselves. They don't allow it. Yeah. Me too. Makes absolutely no sense for me that you actually would not allow it in our today's world to have someone there filming for you. I would have even done it for free. I told them I don't want money. I just want to make a YouTube video. I want to make a YouTube video for the community. And that store told me they don't want to. I just wanted to go to that store and ask them if they want me to film a YouTube video for them, and they told me not. So tell me, I just wanted to make a nice shopping video for the community, and the store itself told me they don't want any films to be taken at their store. Now tell me, what can I do? I don't see a reason. Like, like it's closing, not some state secrets. Yeah, free advertisement. Yeah, well, if you are if you don't want it, then I'm very sorry for it. But would have been nice actually, I think. And the bad, or the not the bad part, but the like the part of it which makes it way more interesting is that the store itself, I would say that, let's say 90% of the people who consume my content, I would absolutely enjoy seeing that store. Because of that reason, that store has not a proper website, and also think that on Instagram they could do way more. So with a YouTube video like 20 minutes long, that would have been so nice to show the world what killer stuff they have. And they don't allow me to film there. I would do it for free, honestly. I just want to make a YouTube video, and I want to bring some value to my community, because I know that you guys want me to go to stores and show you places you can't go. And that's the reason we are doing YouTube videos. Going to places and going to film on spots where some people not are able to go and to visit them themselves. So I know that we have great stores in Zurich, and I know in Japan as well, you know. And maybe I will never ever be able to go to Japan to look at the store and or to go to a flea market where I always want to go, you know. Maybe not. Maybe I will never have the chance. So why in the world should I not watch a YouTube video from someone who does a great job looking at some vintage stores in Japan? It's fun because I'm interested in that stuff. So I would make a video for the people who are interested in that kind of like clothing thing. I mean, it's such a niche, and it's so difficult to, you know, to get out there and to communicate what you are selling without any social media these days. There are so many good brands out there and so many good stores. They are doing absolutely incredible work when it comes to social media, and some people think that they still kind of like on this level, on this high-end level where they used to be when the store opened 30 years or 35 years ago. Maybe I'm just making up something, maybe not making up, but it kind of feels weird if they don't want it. Like I say, it's for free. You know, if I say to the store it costs $10,000, I want to go to the store and film that. If you want that, then you have to pay me. No, I would make it for free. So if any store sees that and wants me to film in that store to make some promotion for free, please let me know, and I'm coming and making a YouTube video. But if you don't want to, then you don't want to. I'm not going to a store and film there if they don't want it. Doesn't make sense for me. Not at all. Not at all. It's like with food spots. There's so many food spots, we all know, and there are all these food YouTubers, and they go into different places. Even myself, when I went to different cities, I've never been there. I looked on TikTok, I looked on YouTube, I put it in, kind of like what I want to eat at that day, and I put it in on YouTube. I did not go to Google and put it in where can I eat. No, it's YouTube, it's TikTok, it's Snapchat, it's everywhere. It's Instagram. You can just you actually, this is the searching thing I'm using to find out stuff. Who is Googling stuff? If you want to know something like, let's say, some gluten-free recipes, do you think I go to Google and put in gluten-free recipes? No, I go to TikTok or YouTube or Instagram and I put it in. I see the video, I see how it's made. It's so easy. It takes 5 minutes to get it done. Makes no sense for me not to do it. Have you been to any good stores you remember here in Vienna? No, no. I've been to Vienna maybe once. One or maybe I'm wrong. Wait, let me think. Maybe two or twice. Are there any good stores in Vienna? I don't know.
Trumpets play a tune so sweet, strings hum low as memories meet. A world aglow in silver and gold, a timeless story forever told. Jingle bells are chiming.
But you know, maybe one day everything works out in the way I'm looking to work and do my stuff. So for now, I'm just keeping my energy high and trying to hustle, and then maybe it will work out, maybe not. I mean, there is one white feather MFG, but the market is small. Okay. No, come on, Max. You don't have to Google recipes. The time is over. I tell you, go to TikTok. Go to TikTok, put in your want recipe, and you have in a second thousands of ideas with the video, how it's made, how it should look like. It's so simple. I tell you, I don't even remember the last time I actually went on Google and tried to Google something. I either use ChatGPT, I use TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Now that time is over to go to Google and put in stuff. It's not even accurate. And as well, the fact that all these social media platforms are, you know, like they're always up to date. So if someone finds out something new, it will be on TikTok. Yeah, very easy. Very easy. So simple these days. I had to check something.
The stockings hang by the glowing flame, each one waiting.
But did you never try to get your ideas in a different way? It was always Google. Oh, really?
Trumpets play a tune so sweet, strings hum low as memories meet.
I mean, it's smart, yeah. Gonna start looking up on Instagram.
A timeless story forever told. Jingle bells
Yeah.
are chiming.
I find TikTok even better for that, to be honest. I don't know why. Or maybe I'm just very used to it.
Echoing dreams that feel brand new, with love and laughter, hearts take flight on this magical Christmas night. Through frosted panes, the world looks still.
I don't have TikTok, but I usually use the built-in AI function. Okay. I see. But have you seen, Max, that I posted on my Instagram story yesterday that the video I posted on TikTok got, like in one day, over 500,000 views? Did you see that?
The snowflakes
Because now it's went like over the roof in just one day more. Yeah, I saw that. TikTok's crazy, man. Congrats on that. It's even over 1 million now. almost over 1 million views.
Oh, the warmth of love, the joy we share, the crackle
And
of
it's
the
going crazy.
fire, the frosty air, a melody sweet as the stars align.
Just trying to find it.
Christmas glow.
Let's get
I don't know if I even can show that. Yeah, it's over 1 million.
Stockings hung with a gentle care, the scent of pine floating through
Over 1 million views and 26,000 likes. Sick, huh?
Yuletide tune
One day later.
under the gaze of the silver moon. Let's toast to the moments we hold.
It's going
so
crazy.
dear, to laughter, to memories, to every cheer.
And I think it's still running. It's only 2 days. Usually my videos on TikTok just like blowing up maybe even a week later. The algorithm is crazy. It's crazy, really.
Outside feels so far away,
Yeah.
but in your arms it's a holiday. The soft trumpet sighs as the strings reply. A jazzy swing.
I have to leave for a Christmas market with the girlfriend now, unfortunately. Hopefully back in time to be here before the end. Until then, have a good stream. Thank you, Max. Enjoy your day or your evening at the Christmas market. We are going to watch a video now. I really want to watch this here.
This family.
Are we going to watch this? The second part. The second part of we are going to watch the second kind of like part. It's not marked as a part, and they're not saying it's a second part. But the history hit channel on YouTube, they made like a video. Could you survive as a Victorian factory worker? So they went to a denim factory, and they kind of like showed how it was back in the 1800s to work as a mile worker in the cotton mile factory. And of course these people are not working, they're also living. And as I said, I'm not the best when it comes to like this time of the era. More for me it's like the 40s and 50s and also like early 60s. So this very old kind of like very vintage era is, I'm not very known and I don't know too much about it. So I want to dig into it to see how it actually was living, or they say the video, could you survive the living conditions of Victorian workers? I'm gonna stop the music for a second and then we jump into the video. I hope you will like it. I'm very curious how it will turn out.
If you were a cotton mill worker
this
in
is,
the early 19th century, you'd spend most of your time toiling away in there, upwards of 70 or 80 hours a week.
This is the part, or the building they showed where they made the first part with the people working in the mile.
But what was life like for ordinary people outside of the factories?
As a wealthy mill owner, you needed to squeeze everything you could out of your labour force. So what, if anything, could you do to improve the lives of your employees? And more importantly, how did you spend your money?
I hope it's loud enough. Is it loud enough?
In part 1, we experienced what a working day was really like inside the cotton mills and how ordinary people were treated on the factory floor.
Already feeling stiff.
This time, we delve into the home lives of those workers, men, women and children, going behind closed doors to see where they ate, slept and socialised.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I
So
want to see
this
that.
Oh wow,
is
okay.
the very solid porridge, the sort of thing they would have been given.
Oh, wow.
We're at Quarry Bank
I'm not the
in
biggest
Cheshire,
fan, to be honest,
built
of porridge. As I'm not eating gluten, this is not very something. I'm more like into buckwheat.
by the industrialist Samuel Gregg in the 1780s and expanded by generations of the same family. Here, we'll discover that your experience of the Industrial Revolution could be very different, depending on who you were,
A lot of mill owners took a lot of pride in what they did, and that's probably the reason why he built this house here.
and the wealth you had to your name.
But this house looks nice. Could you survive as a Victorian mile worker? Episode 2. I'm wondering if they have more episodes actually. So beautiful. That landscape is amazing.
I'm heading to one of the oldest buildings at Quarry Bank, the accommodation block for child labourers. Its function might seem shocking today, but at the end of the 18th century, it was seen as a vital part of the cotton business.
We know that in the first 50 years of production at the cotton mill, around half of the workforce was made up of children. And many of them lived here in this building as indentured apprentices, bound to serve their employer until the ends of their contracts. That meant some kids might not be able to leave this place for 10 years or more, and there were big consequences if they tried.
That's so crazy. Young child's working in
Hi, Erin.
this old
Hi.
mines.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Right, I've arrived for my first day at the apprentice house. What are the kind of checks and processes that happen as soon as a kid arrives here?
So first of all, when you're brought to be hopefully an apprentice at this mill, you'll be checked over to make sure you're free from disease, to make sure there's no illnesses that are going to be spreading throughout the mill. You'll also go through a general health and fitness check because we need good, robust workers. And we'll also make sure you're the right age. So you have to be 9 years old to work at the mill. But most of the children would be coming from the workhouse, so they wouldn't have any papers, any baptism certificates or any way of proving how old they were. So they had to find out the age by doing a certain something. They'd have to put one arm in the air,
Yep.
put it over the top of the head, and if they could touch the earlobe on the other side of the head,
Yeah.
that meant they were 9 years old.
Did
or
it? Is
above.
that scientific?
Not the most scientific way of finding out someone's age, but that's what they had to do.
Okay, brilliant. So I passed that test. Hopefully,
Okay, so
free
they
of-
made this. Oh shit. Wait. They hey, this makes no sense for me, to be honest. They made like this, and then they said they're 9 years old. That was a test. How they could find out if they had no papers. This is how they could actually find out if someone was 9 years old. Well, let's say, I don't know any reason for it.
diseases. What's next for me?
If you passed all the tests, then you are indentured into the mill. That contract is signed and you are tied to the mill, then you're bound to the mill and you have to stay
Crazy.
for the length of your indenture, which is commonly about 10 years long.
Right. I mean, maybe I didn't want to pass that test then. Right, I'll
Maybe,
follow
yeah.
you. Let's go inside.
Yep.
Maybe you don't want it to.
First up, I'm checking out the sleeping arrangements, where privacy was non-existent.
Yeah, true.
One of the spacious bedrooms, I'm guessing.
Yes.
How many boys are we talking at any one time? Are they sharing beds, for example? These are probably quite generous for one person, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly not one person to a bed. They were 2 to a bed, so they did share the beds,
wow.
and there was about 30 boys here. at any one time.
Now, one thing that we've kind of learned is how long
Crazy.
they spent in the mill. How long do they actually get to come and sleep here? I mean, presumably they're not getting there 8 hours a night.
Well, they would be exhausted, certainly after doing a 12-hour shift working in the mill. That shift would usually finish at about 7 p.m. and they'd come back here, they'd have lots of chores to get done, and they might even have a lesson from the schoolmaster if he was available.
Oh, wow.
Getting on for bedtime for some of the youngest
Even at
ones, so
7
it would be
p.m.
quite late by the time the head hits the
They
pillow.
had to
Yeah,
work.
I'm guessing no time for play, like on a working day, right? It's work,
Crazy.
bit of lessons, straight to bed, up to do the same thing the next day.
And you'll be exhausted, so you might not have the energy to play, even if you did have some free time given to you.
So
Okay, so this must be the girls' dormitory, right?
Is this where all the girls slept?
So this one's quite a bit bigger. It's because there's more of them, right?
Yes, they preferred female apprentices, so there was about twice as many girls to
Okay.
boys, 60 girls and 30 boys. There would be a few more beds in here, as with the boys' dormitory, but they'd share the beds, 2 to a bed, so they could fit all 60 girls in this one room.
And so each girl also has, is a chamber pot under here?
Yes, that's your chamber pot.
Okay,
Toilet
brilliant.
for night time.
Okay, so no indoor toilets in here, I'm guessing.
No, we do have the privies outside, but at night all the apprentices were locked in the house.
Really?
So if they
Oh,
needed
crazy.
the toilet at night, the chamber pot was the only option because they couldn't make it outside to the privies.
Okay, and I can't help but notice these sort of
That's
red
wild.
cloaks that we've got over here. They look slightly sinister if anyone's been watching recent dramas on TV, but what are these for?
So these red cloaks would be what the girls would wear to go to church on a Sunday. And it's a nice wool cloak to keep them warm on the way to church, and it's a nice smart uniform to wear to church, keep them all looking sensible and smart. But also, if a girl tried to run away wearing one of these bright red cloaks on the way to church, she could be spotted a mile off.
That's the reason.
Since I'll be stuck here for a while, I better see what I'll be eating.
Hey, good
There are a
evening.
lot of
I'm
children
quite
living
busy
here,
now, and
about
when I
90
can,
children
I will
at any one
join.
time, so lots
No
of mouths
problem,
to feed, lots of
Boris.
food to be making.
All
Something
good.
tells me that the Gregs are going to make
Good
sure
to
that
see
the
you. Hope you had a
children are well
beautiful
fed, but
Sunday.
it's not going to be too expensive to feed them.
Exactly, yeah, it was quite a staple.
Just take your time, Boris. When you're ready, you're here. I'm streaming. We're just watching a video. We're already streaming for an hour already. So looking forward to stream a little bit longer as well. So no rush. Just hang in.
Diet, and they were a bit luckier here than they would have been in the workhouse, where they wouldn't have had access to maybe some of the more fresh produce that we're able to grow in the vegetable gardens ourselves. So vegetables made up quite a staple part of their diet, potatoes and things like that, but also oats made up a staple part of the apprentices' diet
Oh,
as well.
really?
Easy
That's what I
meals
don't
to
like.
make.
Yeah, I can see sort of
I don't like
peas
oats.
and all kinds of like lentils and things here. I mean, so the kids
Beans,
themselves were growing
bread.
them outside, were they?
Yeah, so the boys would help with the vegetable gardening. It was their chores, really, to go and
See?
tend to the plots outside.
They even had to.
And presumably this kitchen would be firing up and going all day, right? So because the meals were taken from here up to the kids when they were working in the mill, or would they come back to eat here?
That was the case with the breakfast. So when they got up in the morning, nice and early at 5:30, they had to start their shift at 6 a.m. and they'd work for 1 hour before they got fed their morning porridge. Their
Oh, that's
morning
not too bad.
oats.
Okay.
And that porridge would be brought to the mill yard for the apprentices, and
Makes
they'd have
sense.
15 minutes to eat the porridge,
You have to
and then
earn
they'd be
your
sent
food.
back to work. So this
Oh wow,
is
okay.
the very solid porridge, the sort of thing they would have been given, and that's because they didn't eat it out of a bowl. There was lots of mouths to feed, and they had only 15 minutes to eat the porridge. They'd all have to line up, holding out their right hand.
Right.
Very important that it was your right hand that you held out. They'd all then receive a nice big dollop of this porridge into their hand, and they had to eat it from the hand, lick the hand clean before they got back to work.
That's not the most appealing start to the day, but it could get much worse by the end of it.
Okay, so we've got a pot
very
that says
nice
leeches on
insights,
it
to be
here.
honest.
What on earth are they doing in the kitchen?
Yes, so a common problem
love
amongst the mill workers, a common complaint, was eye irritation, because these cotton spinning machines are running 12 hours a day, all that fibre that's going to be in the air, coming from the machines, it'd get into your eyes and irritate them.
So
They're going to
bad,
swell up,
actually.
a lot of blood is going to build up in your eyes, and it'd be a lot of pressure. So to aid with that, to get rid of some of that swelling, leeches were employed. I can show you them if you'd like to.
Let's have a look. Oh, brilliant. So you've got an eye complaint, you go to the Greg's doctor and he says, great, I've got exactly the thing that's going to sort you out, and he shows you one of these. Where is the leech going?
It'd be, well, there'd be quite a few of them placed around your eyes and your temples, hopefully to take all that excess blood away and relieve the pressure so you can open your eyes a bit easier.
Crazy. That's
Well, that might be
crazy.
one way to get out of lessons, which were often taught at the end of an exhausting day of work.
Never heard about this.
One of the things that would have taken place in this room is the lessons from the schoolmaster. So I've got some slates here, of course, we used to write on.
And what was the level of schooling that they would have had? You mentioned earlier it
That
might
was
have been
actually
after they got back
a
from
nice
work or on a
sentence from
Sunday.
there. I want to check that. Sorry, I want to read that for you.
One of the things that would have taken place in this room is the lessons from the schoolmaster. So I've got
It says, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. Just take that.
some slates here, of course, we used to write on.
And what was the level of schooling that they would have
That's
had?
crazy.
You mentioned earlier it might have been after they got back from work or on a Sunday. Was it just a few hours a week?
It was, so the boys would get 1 hour a week. It was a basic education, and everyone, boys and girls, would get taught reading and writing, but then only the boys would get taught maths, because the girls weren't seen as needing maths for their career prospects, so it was just the boys that got taught maths.
What are the dumbbells that we have on the table here for?
So this is another sort of punishment. So if a child was misbehaving, the punishment was to give them 2 of these, and they'd stand in a T shape for about 20 minutes, and it would get really
Wow.
painful. on
Are they
their
heavy?
arms. They're not too heavy.
No
You can
way.
have a go if you'd like. But also standing there, it's also helping to build muscle, keeping your workforce strong for the mill as well.
I see
20
they're always
minutes.
thinking about making sure their workforce
Good exercise.
are as productive as possible.
And if
Lazy
those child
punishment.
workers ever did get out of line, they could always be reminded of the contract they'd signed up to.
We've got some indentures here, which was the contract that was signed once the apprentice started work for the mill. And this was a contract tying the apprentice to the mill for an agreed length of time, usually 10 years.
Crazy.
Once that was signed, they couldn't leave. If they wanted to find work elsewhere, like the adults were able to, the apprentices had to stay for the length of their indenture.
And we have Sam Gregg's name up there, Samuel Gregg, of course. And so the interesting thing about this particular contract is that we know that John Halser ran away, right?
He did. And if we turn the indenture over, we can see the cost of him running away. So if you ran away, someone had to be sent to fetch you, to bring you back, because you had broken the terms of your contract and you weren't allowed to leave. So when you got back here, you'd be punished in the form of a fine, and that fine would consist of the time you've missed from work and the
Oh,
cost
wow.
of the person who's been sent to fetch you back.
It costs you when you run away.
For all that the owners here did to keep the children's minds and bodies healthy, it wasn't a particularly fun childhood. The records show that between 1792 and 1837, 46 apprentices tried to run away. And who can really blame them?
Yeah, true. I find it actually quite crazy, to be honest.
In the end, it was simple economics that convinced the Gregg family to end the apprenticeship system at Quarry Bank. New laws and regulations meant that hiring free labour, adults and children who weren't indentured, became cheaper than keeping
I find actually this even better than the first part.
children housed and fed on site. The whole scheme had been abandoned by 1847, by which time the Greggs had made a fortune from their work.
Yeah.
This is Quarry Bank House, home to Samuel Gregg and his wife Hannah. Now, in many ways, the Greggs were not traditional masters. They chose, for example, in 1796 to build their family home literally metres away from the cotton mill where they employed hundreds of child labourers. Living here allowed Samuel Gregg to be at the very heart of the whole operation. During the period from 1760 to 1829, the value of English cotton exports, on which the region's wealth was based, rose from an average of £200,000 to over £37 million a year. Coming from a non-conformist merchant family with links to plantations in the Americas, Samuel Gregg was already a man of some wealth by the time Quarry Bank Mill was established. However, once the mill had been up and running for a decade or so, the Greggs had risen to be among the greatest of the northern cotton kings.
Oh, they were filming at night, eh?
In the eyes of the industrialists, their businesses were at the forefront of progress, and the working classes better get used to it.
Yeah. Wow, these mustaches is crazy. Oh, wow.
While the labour force toiled away next door, the Greggs had a space for entertaining guests that still felt somewhat private. Quarry Bank House was close enough to the mill for a very short commute, but lush greenery around the home meant it was kept out of sight.
I love these old photos they're showing. You know, to show... Wait, sorry. I like how they show old photos of the building or of the area itself, and then they show how it's today. I think it was even filmed this year, so 2025. I find it very, very interesting to see that this compared to each other. It looks a little bit different back in the days, but the house itself is still the same. The area changed a little bit, less wood, less trees, but still super beautiful place.
So, Sue, here we are, Quarry Bank House, the family home of Samuel Gregg and Hannah. I mean, the elephant in the room here is just the sheer proximity of this family home to the mill where they have child labourers working sometimes up to 14 hours a day. Is that abnormal?
No, it's not actually, no, because you'll find that a lot of mill owners took a lot of pride in what they did. And that's probably the reason why he built this house here. It was considered to be a family retreat or a weekend cottage, nice. You know, summer sort of thing. But obviously around this time you have the Industrial Revolution taking hold in Manchester, and frankly Hannah was not happy about bringing up all her children, all 13 of them, in the sort of confines of industrial Manchester.
Yes.
The girls and the boys needed to be educated in her eyes equally. So by 1815 or so, he had in actual fact put a 2-story extension on the side of this house, and it doubled the size of this house.
Crazy how it looks, huh? Kind of looks like the same, but all this wood and trees are gone.
Oh, right, okay.
So that meant the entire family moved in here, probably from somewhere around about the 1815s, 1820s or so, and this became their permanent residence.
Well, yeah. Should we have a look inside?
Yes, yes.
Let's go in. I'll take my hat off.
Absolutely, always take the hat off. Sorry,
wow, look at this.
Even I'm inside.
Very grand, isn't it?
Yes. Typical Georgian house. You'll see we've got 2 curved doors here and curved walls.
Yes, that's the first thing I noticed actually, these curved doors. Was that unusual? Or?
Some Georgian houses did have them, but I obviously you've got to appreciate it in those days. It's a little bit of what we term as hidden wealth.
Well, speaking of their wealth, it's a new class of industrialists, isn't it?
Yes,
and
it is.
But in relative terms, just how wealthy are they compared to other aristocrats?
I was going to say fairly wealthy.
Okay.
Right? But again, this house I always feel is understated.
Yeah, it does feel it feels very homely, but yes, I do notice a lack of there's no grand paintings on the walls or anything.
No hanging, dangling chandeliers. And,
exactly, yes, and that's all intentional.
I think it probably is, yes. That's the sort of people they were, obviously being of the Unitarian religion as well. They were sort of, fairly sort of forward-thinking.
I'm wondering actually why I'm wondering why this family got, kind of like this picked for this documentary. I'm wondering it's because of the mill they built up, and then they straight had their own house next to it, and it was the first mill, I think, in Manchester or around Manchester at that time. I don't remember actually from the first part what they said, to be honest, but I think it must be something like this. I mean, why would this one be so special? You know, there are like hundreds of mills at this time, probably.
Should we have a look around? I'll follow you.
If you want to come and look at this, because this is the original 1796 wooden cantilever staircase.
I think so.
And as you can see, it is quite spectacular.
Sense, I don't know.
And here we have a painting of Samuel Gregg and his beloved wife Hannah. Let's talk a bit about how these two met. He's about 60 in this portrait here, she's about 19, but they actually aren't too dissimilar in age, are they?
There's about 5-6 years between them.
Okay.
Apparently they met at, I'm not quite sure where, but it was in Manchester at a social dance as such.
Okay, that's cute.
It is, isn't it, actually? But I mean, obviously, Hannah already had a dowry. She had about £10,000 because her father died when she was about 11 or 12, I understand, I think. Samuel himself was adopted by an uncle in Belfast, and he also had a dowry as well.
So that's quite a significant amount of money
isn't
to
it?
be able to invest in.
Yes. I think he obviously didn't invest it all, but a lot of it was invested in the mill here. I always like to think he pursued her because she was not actually all that interested in the first place, apparently.
Okay.
So
I don't know how all this information and these historical facts people finding out. I find it so crazy to understand just all these papers and all this historical background you need, and you have to dig into the stories. I mean, and who says that all these stories are right? You know, maybe they're just making up something that people are, you know, like weird. I don't get it. Here now. Hi, Boris.
Actually pursued her, and as I said, they had obviously a family, 13 children, and from what we can understand, they.
So just to let you know as well, Boris, we're actually watching the part 2, if you remember from last stream. We watched the how could you survive as a worker in these miles, you know, these cotton miles, and now we're looking at how did these people live actually. And now we are in the building of the owners of the mill, and the house from the owner is right next to the mill. So kind of like they say it's kind of like special because they wanted to control more the area and see how these people are working. Yeah, I remember the factory. Yeah. And now it's the part where they asking and showcasing how did these people actually live.
Were a devoted couple. This is the dining room.
The house
of
the
we
owner.
have this set up as a Georgian meal, and you'll probably notice that we've got quite a few serviettes out here.
Yes, okay, so this is where they would have been entertaining guests as well as their family.
As well as their family, yes. So you've sort of got various business people here, members of the family.
And so I guess by this house being here, Sue, I mean, that is evidence in and of itself that he was thinking about work. He wanted to be at the heart of the operation.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, did he have time to sort of relax? Or was his mind always focused on work and entertaining guests?
Yeah, a little bit of a difficult one because I mean, obviously, some of the guests that he entertains are also sort of businessmen whom he might want to sort of impress, and also at the same time. He's also sort of got family members here as well, whom obviously he will, you know, like to chat to and switch off. But I think you'll probably find that, I mean, I would imagine he probably went to the mill at least once a day. He did like to see it, although he had mill managers, etc., and people running the mill for him. He obviously wanted to sort of keep a good eye on what was going on. Hence the proximity here, you know, to the mill as such. Yeah,
and I know this is a modest, fairly modest property, as some estates go. But I guess they would have been eating quite well, or at least better than the workers in the mill.
Yes. In actual fact, the cellars and the kitchens do run underneath the house here. They had sort of servants and a cook. But and obviously
some oysters.
Yes, you've got the jelly, you've got your pies here as well. Apparently, I understand that the various designs on the top of the pies would be reference to what was actually in the pie as well.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
And we have a load of sort of interesting guests here. Were there any particular guests of note that came to Quarry Bank House?
Right. I think this one here is very interesting. This is John James Alban. Now, he was a very, very famous artist, but he was also I'm going to say he also had quite a few strong views on slavery as well. Now, obviously, Samuel did have a slavery plantation, which he shared with his brother. Hannah was not too happy about that.
No,
as you could imagine. But
yes.
Samuel's answer to that was that I don't actually, I treat my slaves well, if you like.
A dubious claim, to say the least, and one that surely festered in the mind of Mrs. Gregg. Regardless, Hannah preoccupied herself and made it her mission to provide the best education she could for her children. So, Sue, we have some very interesting documents here. I understand that you've brought these out specially for us.
Especially for us, yes, especially for you, yes. Okay. These are normally kept in the archives. What we have here is what Hannah started was her Duodecimo Society. So really, it's an idea of sort of discussions amongst.
Really like having all these original stuff. Wow.
Her children, and quite often the easiest way to explain it would be that she would write a topic or sort of a topic. Each of her children would.
Hey, anyway, I have to go to the toilet. I'm sorry. Just a second. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna fix that. Play some music for you while I'm away. Just back in a second. Give me a second.
The tree stands tall, its branches bright, each ornament a shard of light. The trumpet swells, the strings comply, a symphony beneath the sky. Oh, Christmas by the fireside, with hearts aglow and arms stretched wide. The world may freeze, but here we stay, in love's embrace on Christmas Day. The vinyl crackles, time stands still, the warmth of love, it always will. Outside the snow keeps falling deep, but here in joy our hearts will keep. The snow is falling, soft and white, a cozy glow this winter's night. The fire crackles warm and low, while memories dance in the firelight's glow. Christmas by the fireside, where hearts entwine, the scent of pine and mulled red wine, a time for love, a time
So I'm back,
for cheer,
and I brought myself some food, so I want to eat. my dinner. Show you. So that's dinner. We have 3 eggs, we have some garlic, we have paprika, so red pepper, quinoa, meat, garlic, I just said garlic, and fenchel. And now we keep watching and enjoying.
To go away,
so if you have something
on that
to eat,
topic, that would then sort of be put into a box, and she would draw one out, and then they would all have to discuss it. And then obviously they would all sort of chip in with their little bits and pieces, if you like. Okay. But it was scientific, it was geographical, it covered everything.
So she clearly cares a lot about her children's education. You don't see that a lot.
How was your vacation? Yeah, very good, thank you. Had a beautiful weekend. Yes?
A lot of the time.
No, you don't know.
So I'm intrigued by this enormous letter, Sue. It's her eldest son. It's words of encouragement, but he's the eldest and he's not inheriting this mill, is he? He's going to London.
He is going to London. Yes, it was her second son, Robert Hyde Gregg, actually, who inherited. He just obviously was not interested in the business here. He wanted to make his own way in life.
Close attention was clearly paid to the development and needs of the children. But was anything done to help the mill workers? The Greggs became rich off of the exploitation of child labour, that's simply a fact. But steps were taken, presumably under the influence of Hannah Gregg and her philanthropic views, to improve workers' welfare. A concept that was fashionable among liberal mill owners was the factory colony. The idea was that providing workers with decent accommodation and facilities close to the cotton mill itself would keep them loyal. Why would they go looking for alternative employment when they had such a good deal? In the 1820s, the Greggs developed the hamlet of Stile, close to Quarrybank Mill, and made it into what they considered a model village.
And this is it, Stile Village. It's about 5 minutes walk from the mill, and it hasn't changed much since it was first built by the Gregg family in the early 19th century.
Huh. So they built a village so the co-workers or the worker itself would not go somewhere else, because they would have everything. They would have the work, they would have a village together, everything they needed. Why should they change their jobs?
All right.
There's absolutely no doubt that living here would have been preferable to conditions endured by mill workers in big cities. In Manchester, for example, the huge influx of people seeking better paid work in factories was initially too much for the authorities to handle. As poor quality housing was thrown up to accommodate the new arrivals, sewage systems were often overwhelmed, and diseases like typhus, cholera and smallpox spread quickly through overcrowded neighbourhoods.
Now, church on Sunday would have been an important focus for community life. And as it happened, the 18th and 19th centuries were a time of profound religious change. There were all kinds of sects breaking away from the traditional Church of England. This place, Norcliffe Chapel, was built by the Greggs and was used first by Baptists and then by Unitarians. The Unitarians, including the Greggs themselves, were known as dissenters, and they were barred from many areas of public life.
It might not have been comparable to the luxury of Quarrybank House, but the cottages in Stile would have been considered comfortable by the standards of the time. Each one would have housed around 7 people, but occasionally up to 14. In Manchester, you could find 30 people crammed into a single cellar.
Ah, I think it's this one. Home sweet home. All right, come in. Right, let's take a look around. So I think this room we've got here, this is the parlour. And as you can see, it's not huge. You've got 7 or 8 people living in here, socialising, relaxing, if relaxing was possible. Not too much space. It's been updated a little bit. I mean, this fireplace I think is from the early 1900s. You've obviously got electrics now. But this place is known as the Pickled Cottage because it's sort of been left to almost stew in its own history since it was vacated in the 1970s. Built in the 1820s along with all the other cottages in style. Let's go through to the kitchen, see what we've got to offer in here. Also the scullery, it's known as. You can imagine cooking for a huge family in here.
This is so cool to see.
1970s, built in the 1820s, along with all the other cottages in style.
All that history.
Let's go through to the kitchen, see what we've got to offer in here. Also the scullery, it's known as.
Fascinating. Just imagine those people living at that era, living there, cooking there. Such a different life compared to today. It's so amazing. Sometimes I just want to go back to that era and to that time and see and see how it was, just to go there and see and watch it, how people living.
You can imagine cooking for a huge family in here. People in those days would have been used to much more cramped spaces. Ideas of privacy were very different at that point. Let's go check out the bedrooms. Okay, it's not a bad size. It's not a bad size. And remember, there's 2 of these. But when you think maybe 10 people were sleeping in here, everyone who lived in this house from the 1820s up until the 1970s, we know was an employee of the Greggs. Some of them were labourers, some of them were weavers, some of them were estate workers. You've certainly got nice views here. This would have been completely different if you were living in the centre of Manchester, in the slums where mill workers were crammed into there. Not bad.
A little bit more space.
By 1840, Stile was a large and thriving village with around 300 tenants, almost all employed by the Greggs. Not all of them worked at the mill though. There were also farmers, bookkeepers, gardeners and shoemakers living here, to name just a few of the occupations recorded. However, details of their private lives are hard to come by. We know there was a women's social club here, one of the first in the country, as well as a Stile club room, which hosted theatrical performances and had its own library. The Greggs set it up to keep workers out of the local pub, the Ship Inn, which was clearly popular.
Now, you might think there's quite a lot of people crammed into this space, but that's not it. Down in the cellar, there might be another family. Right, let's take a look at the cellar. Wow. Apparently one of these cellars would have housed up to 5 people. If they weren't being used to house people, they were still being put to good use. Sometimes as storerooms, sometimes they'd be preaching down here, and otherwise they might be used for a bit of a side hustle. So this particular cellar was apparently used in the early 20th century as both a laundrette and a fish and chip shop in the same week. Can't imagine those clothes would have smelled good.
There were still some features of life in Stile we might find a bit sinister. Rent for accommodation and purchases from the local shop weren't paid for in cash, but were deducted straight from a worker's salary. It was a system that strongly discouraged people from leaving the village.
No need to go.
I think what the Greggs workers in Stile would have really appreciated is having access to their own privy in their own backyard. In Manchester, they'd be sharing a toilet with the entire street. Having it here, even though you were sharing with maybe 14 people, meant that diseases were less likely to spread and workers were healthier. Now, if I only had my own lawn.
I don't know, could you imagine living there?
When staying at the property, the Greggs could
so
enjoy 400 acres of beautiful woodland and countryside surrounding the peaceful River Bollin.
The estate was designed as a picturesque landscape for the Gregg family to enjoy, with 6 ornamental bridges, steep-sided gorges, caves, cliffs, and a variety of trees. The estate and mill were inherited by Samuel's son, Robert Hyde Gregg, and eventually by his great-grandnephew, Alexander Carlton Gregg, who donated the site in 1939 to the National Trust.
There's no way a modern person can live there. Just the standards is a lot different. Oh yeah, totally different. It's a different world.
The mill continued in production until 1959, but with the slow maturing of the market and increased competition from abroad, the profits had begun to dwindle long before it finally closed.
During Quarrybank's time in operation, the lives of the working class had changed dramatically.
But actually crazy how long it actually stayed open, you know, like if I remember right, it opened in the 1800s. In 1959 it was still open.
Britain's agricultural economy had been transformed into an industrial one, bringing with it new ways of working, new cities, canals and factories, and new grievances. From the Luddite weavers who smashed the textile machinery which put their livelihoods at risk, to the Chartists who believed people should have proper representation in Parliament. Ordinary workers were prepared to force through change by any means necessary.
The Greggs and many other industrialists often found themselves on the wrong side of the argument, opposing various factory acts which began the process of regulating working conditions and hours over the 19th century. But progress was still slow. It wasn't until 1933 that full-time work was banned for school-aged children. Paid holidays weren't permitted for working-class people until 1938.
Well, hello, my good friend and fellow worker. Might I say, this industrial revolution has been rather splendid, hasn't it?
Has it?
Why, yes. With my trust, my dedication, my investment, and your toil, of course, we've made fortunes for so many across this land. And we've made this country one of the richest and most technologically advanced on this planet.
Listen, let's talk about my toil. I've had to endure uncapped hours, no workers' rights, dust, disease, the prospect of death at 35. I've not had a lot to look forward to.
Oh, golly. Well, at least you had your own house to live in.
Yeah, with a dozen other people. I had to share a bed with 3 people I barely knew.
Oh, well, I'm sure you're all good friends by now, hey? Anyway, mustache, no rest for the wicked.
No rest? I've got to get back to work. Welcome to the History Hit YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed that video.
And if you'd like to see more videos where we attempt to try and bring history to life, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Cheers guys, see you soon.
Amazing video as last time. Absolutely, Boris. Absolutely lovely. Beautiful how they made it. So let me finish this.
fills the
So finished it. Oh, that was good. So dinner is done. I want to jump into this. Wait. Just have to log in. No. Already logged in. Then we look at this.
The snow is falling, soft and white, a cozy glow. This winter's night, the fire crackles warm and low, while memories dance in the firelight's glow.
I want to jump into this. Last time I could not go, could not make it.
Time for love, a time for
okay.
Magic draws us near. The radio hums a tender.
So wait.
Warms a cold December moon.
Wait, we start this again. So I want to go into this here. In Kahoot, last time I tried to make it happen, but it was not working. Now I found out why. I just had to ask my wife, very easy, because she's very known to this, because she knows how to handle that, and I didn't. How is your back? It's good, thank you very much, Boris. Oh, how is your shoulder actually? I forgot to ask, totally forgot while I was eating. But you said you are going to work out again, did you? But my back is going slowly into a good direction. Yeah. Hope your shoulder is good as well. So I want to play that little game here. It's a 1950s rock and roll music game or whatever it is. The question is, can I make that bigger? I don't think so.
This fireside love will always glow.
But we will make it work. It's holding strong and I can work out now. Cool, very good, good to hear. Happy to hear that, man. So we're going to do that 50s rock and roll. So let's see how good I know the 1950s rock and roll era with this video, or with this test, little quiz. I don't know how you can call that on Kahoot. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know how many you got right. I'm trying to make every question right. I hope and I will answer everything correct. So let's jump into it. Let's see, first question. Okay. Good. Auf die Plätze, fertig, los. So, typing in my name, Richie, and let's go. Rock and roll 1950. 3, 2, 1, go. Quiz time. Who is this person? Carl Perkins, Elvis Presley. So I have to be quite fast, as I see. Huh? I pressed Elvis Presley. Did I not? Crazy. Okay. Second. What word was in a lot of early rock and roll songs? Twist, bop, rock, swing. Twist. Rock? Eh. Okay. Rock and roll was a combo of country, rhythm and blues, country rap, country, rhythm and blues, and jazz. So I want to make that first place. What's happening here? What kind of clothes did 50s rock bands wear? Happy clothes, jeans and t-shirt, matching suits, black clothes and eye making. Matching suits. Oh, we're getting closer. What became the main instrument in the 1950s? Electric guitar, drums, piano, bass. Bass. Electric guitar? Okay. Who sang the song Tutti Frutti Long Tall Little Richard? Wow. What rockabilly singer sang Ring of Fire, Walk the Line? Johnny Cash. Where's Johnny Cash? There. Now we are not number one, but we're getting there. Who played the song Johnny Be Good? Chuck Berry. Where is it? Chuck Berry there. Because I have to be fast, because here we have the points. Oh. Who did the first rock and roll song in another language? Richie Valens. This is actually a fun take. This is why I write my name how I write it this year. Because of this. And because of Richie Valens, actually. Fun fact. There we taking the lead. Who was a very good piano player and had the Jerry Lee Lewis. Now we're staying on number one. Who had a provocated dance move that friends didn't want to see? Elvis Presley. He was not allowed to dance on TV, and he was only shown after a certain of times from his hips to above, because they don't want to show it on TV. What does rhythm and blues stand for? Yeah, I said it already. Rhythm and blues. R&B, not the R&B from today. It's called rhythm and blues. The vinyl crackles, time stands still. Which one is not the opinion of rock and roll from older generation? It was devil music. Which is not. Not. Oh, good. I have to read right. Who died in the plane crash with Richie Valens? Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly. Who was the radio DJ to start calling rock and roll and help make it popular? Sam Phillips. Oh, Ellen Freed. Yeah, Sam Phillips was Sun Records. But funny that I showed Sam Phillips. What song was a Voyage Gold record sent to aliens tonight? What? I can't buy the woman to the fruity Johnny Be Good. Never heard about that. What song was in Voyage or Gold record sent to aliens in another planet? What? Johnny B. Good. Very new to me. Never heard that. Did you hear that? Who sang Rock Around the Clock? Bill Haley and the Comets. Bill Haley and the Comets.
The vinyl spins its merry tune as winter waltzes with the moon.
Who played a lot of Otis Blackwell songs and made them popular?
But not this cheer. It stays the same year after year.
Okay. Didn't know.
A timeless song.
I don't know why even. Oh, now I have to take, be careful. Who was the famous rhythm and blues artist who sang and played piano and was blind? I Got a Woman, Ray Charles. Boom.
Outside the carolers start to sing.
Who is the payola scandal that Alan Freed was involved in? Playing inappropriate music for teens, accepting money for radio plays, playing classic music on the radio. Accepting money for radio plays. Oh, okay. New to me as well. Oh, we lost the lead. Oh. What was Elvis' house called? It's now a museum. You can Graceland. Now we have to be fast. Ah, there we have the lead again. Who sung Blues by Shoot? Carl Perkins.
And hold on tight to a Christmas dream.
So I'm not giving away the lead. 3 questions. What does DJ disc jockey player? Disc jockey.
The snow is falling soft and slow. The winter wonderland's gentle glow.
How did Elvis die?
The firelight
Plane accident, heart attack, causing by using drugs, cancer, old age.
Christmas Eve turns into
Nah,
night.
he was not that old.
Oh, gather near my heart's delight. The season shines.
What was February 19th considered the day of music died?
So pure
Yeah, plane crash. 3 men died in a plane crash, yeah.
old-time Christmas.
Buddy Holly, Big Bopper, and Richie Valens.
The radio hums a Yuletide tune. The kind
Last
that
question.
wants a cold
What style of rock is this?
outside the world is still and
Doo-wop.
white, but here in your
I just know the band.
arms it feels just right.
No.
The clock chimes 12, the world's asleep.
Rock and roll,
But in
1950s.
your gaze my soul will keep the gifts we share.
Nancy,
no
and we
bomb
are
can buy.
number
The
1.
treasure we've defined.
We made it first place. Actually, I had to do 16,000 points. Yippee! Haha, cool. And now? Nothing. Let's see if we have something else. What the?
Oh, gather near my heart's delight.
The music is amazing.
In
Thank you.
frosted white, with love so pure, we'll see it through on this old time Christmas, me and you. The trumpet sighs, the strings hum low. a melody from long ago.
Wait a second.
With vinyl crackles, the past comes near. A holiday dream that feels so clear.
So, I'm gonna hint that here.
The fire's aglow, it's warm and bright. Snowflakes dance through the velvet night. The world's wrapped up in a frosty white.
Give me a second, I have.
A cozy Christmas.
Give me a second, I want to check
tonight.
something.
The trees adorn.
What's happening with my
silver and gold.
mic here? It's not holding that good anymore.
In ornaments old. The radio hums the tales retold of Christmas joys from days of old. Oh, let the sleigh bells chime as hearts beat in perfect time. Underneath the mistletoe's light.
Let's do this 1950s culture as well. Or is that something? I don't know. Let's try this one as well.
By the fire's glow, outside the carolers
My name?
sing soft and low.
1950s culture. That's probably a lot of American stuff.
Bringing cheer wherever they go.
Who was present for most of the 1950s? Oh, too late. Eisenhower, yeah, I was looking at this. Okay, 0 points. What was America involved in the early 1950s? World War II. Korean War. Oh. Of course. What year did the McDonald's franchise get it started? Very early 50s, right? Huh? Oh, I'm so bad. 1955. Okay, but we'll see you in a bit. What was one of the first big hits from this famous singers? Jailhouse Rock. Elvis Presley.
The snow softly falls. I hear the chime of old church bells.
What is the term for a person doing his job? Franchise, Harvey Girl, Squallier. I never heard that. Car hop. Okay, new to me. What concept is illustrated by this picture? What concept is illustrated? Integration, Jim Crow, Iron. I don't know. I have never heard about this either. Interesting. We're learning. What subculture grew in the 1950s? Teenagers, gangs, whirly girls, school children, teenagers. What is the nickname for someone dressed like this? Bobby Soxer, Bobby Soxer. Ladies. What are these kids doing? Preparing for a nuclear attack, being made to listen from a duck and cover. Duck and cover, I guess. I don't know. But it looked like something like cover. What was the name of this first hit TV show? I Love Lucy. How much did the first McDonald's hamburgers cost? I think it was 15 cents, right? Yeah. Or was it even written on the poster? I don't know. But I just know from... I remember it. Which were made possible by the automobile. Drive-up restaurants, drive-in movies. Drive-in movies. Yeah, okay. Everything, of course. I was just going to say drive-up restaurants as well. What does this map show? Route 66. Oh, first place. Who is the famous 1950s actor pictured in this poster? James Dean. Who is the famous 1950s actor pictured below? Marilyn Monroe. The first few questions were a little bit harder. What was the popular form for communication for teenagers in the 1950s? Email, texting, letter writing, telephone. I would say letter writing, but it says in the picture telephone. Okay. I love letter writing. Who is Ike? A jacket, actually. Actor, athlete, president, general. President? Telephone, yeah. But we agree, writing a letter is way nicer than telephone. But I understand that everyone, when the telephone came out and everyone wanted to, you know, like speak through the phone, I get it, absolutely get it. But writing a letter is so nice. What was the name of the atoll made famous by nuclear bomb tests? Tahiti, Bikini. What was the name of the atoll? Bikini. People would have 2 phone lines in their house. Lol. Yes. What movie shared this famous actor? Rebel Without a Cause. What idea would this group have supported the most strongly? I don't know. I'm just clicking something. What ideas are these two closely associated with? Jim Crow. Farms West. But who was it? Bonnie and Clyde? I don't know. Which invitation had a huge cultural impact in the 1950s television? We just want to be first place. Which party controlled the executive branch for much in Democrat, Republican, Democrat? Oh. What term best fits this picture? Downtown, segregation, urban, suburb. I don't know what segregation actually means, to be honest, but suburb. Okay. So, last question. What terms best fits this picture? I don't get these terms. Mom and pop business, downtown, strip mall. Strip mall? Suburb, yeah. But I don't know even what that means, to be honest.
Echoing dreams that feel brand new. With love
But at least we are placed number 1 again. Yay!
on this magic
Cool, number 1.
Christmas night. Through frosted panes, the world looks still.
And there would be even more.
Yet hearts are dancing with a thrill, a wish for peace, a silent plea beneath the boughs of the evergreen tree.
Okay. Cool. Full cam. Wait a second. I'm looking at now.
The snowflakes
Yes.
glisten on a midnight breeze. A winter waltz through the silent trees. By the fireside, your hand in mine. Christmas glows in the olden time.
Let me find
The
that.
warmth of love, the joy we share.
I also have to. Maybe I'm doing that when I'm off stream.
Frosty air, a melody sweet as the stars align. Christmas glows in the olden time.
So, wanna watch this?
The stockings hung with a gentle care. The scent of pine through the air.
Commercial.
Tender hum
Just a second.
of a Yuletide tune under the gaze of the silver moon. Let's toast to the moments we hold so.
I wanna watch this actually. $880 Japanese denim versus Walmart denim. Which is better? Let's see. Which one is better?
8, aka Tokushima Natural Indigo Hand-Dyed Intangible Cultural Treasure Salvage Denim from Naked and Famous. Coming in at $880 per pair, the leather patch on these jeans costs more than this entire pair of jeans, making them 44 times more expensive. The fabric for these jeans is so limited that brands are invited to buy the fabric and are only allowed to buy a certain amount of it due to how difficult and time-consuming it is to produce. And even more, the process for dyeing these jeans received the honor of Intangible Cultural Treasure by the Japanese government, which denotes high historic or artistic value for the country. These jeans, by the way, are individually hang-dried outside in the Japanese sun before they send them to the customer. And these are $12 jeans I got from Walmart.
Crazy.
The postman threw them at my door like a frisbee. What makes these jeans worthy of being almost $1,000? How is it possible to make jeans for $12? Today, I'm going to tell you why jeans cost money, from the specific cotton plant they use to Emma Chamberlain to Japanese trade laws and beyond. Welcome to the Iron Snail.
Oh.
Glad to have you back. What's up, guys? It's Michael, back with another video. Today, we're talking about the cheapest denim versus the not cheapest denim. This video is sponsored by Atlas VPN. And then finally, if you like anything that I'm wearing today, Red Wings, Welland, Just Okay, Ray-Ban, whatever, check out the carrot link in my bio so that way you could buy it. It's time to talk about our good friend George from Walmart.
He does very cool videos actually.
George is a $12.90 pair of jeans coming from Walmart. George is a miracle because George should not be alive. George should just be cotton plants that haven't been picked yet. But as you probably guessed, the first thing that makes George cheap is where George is made. George is made in Mexico. Country of origin does not denote skill of craftsmen. There are incredibly skilled craftsmen in Mexico, in Bangladesh, in Japan, the United States. That's not what it is. But the saying goes that if you're not paying for it, somebody else is. So the reason that George can be manufactured so cheap is because labor protections and worker protections are not the same everywhere in the world. So that's one of the things that can make it so cheap. I'm not saying that Walmart does this. I'm not saying that's how George is made, but a lot of hyper cheap clothes get made like that. Interestingly though,
I actually find it so funny that that the pants itself is called George and he really calls the band George.
these jeans have features that I didn't think would be on these jeans. Namely, they have rivets. That's usually the first thing to go because that's a very small expense that you could shave off to get the jean cost even lower. These jeans do have rivets and a zipper, which is kind of expected, but what you really see obviously is generic products. Nothing is really branded, although the button here is branded George, and then just inferior products. So the zipper's not as good, the rivets aren't as good, they'll probably come off easier, the zipper isn't as strong, it'll get stuck easier. Patches, like you see on Levi jeans with the horses pulling the jeans, are also pretty expensive, so it's no wonder George has no patch. Instead, you use screen printing on the inside of the jean to save money there. What a lot of these places do too is they automate certain steps of production so people don't have to be involved. You can just buzz through a task way faster, which brings me to how the denim is made. There is selvage denim, and then there is denim that is made on a projectile loom, which makes denim literally 4 to 5 times faster than a shuttle loom. And I talked to Bezad from Naked and Famous, and he said watching a projectile loom function is literally like watching a printer print paper out. The other thing that George has is probably a million brothers and sisters because Walmart can do massive, massive, massive scale. Walmart probably says to these manufacturers, we're gonna order 250,000 jeans in the next 6 months. And then 6 months after that, we project we'll probably need 500,000. And what essentially happens is these companies are so big that these manufacturers run through Walmart or Uniqlo or something like that. So if Walmart says, hey, these jeans are gonna cost this much now, this is how much we're paying per unit, the manufacturer kind of has to say, okay. And then we get to the denim. This is not good denim. It is the lowest of the lowest quality. But what do I mean by that, you may be wondering? Well, it's easier to explain with recycled plastic. When you first have plastic, you have polymers that are long and very strong. Then when you recycle plastic, you shorten those polymers. Then when you recycle plastic again, you shorten it. Then you shorten it, then you shorten it. Plastic can't be recycled that many times because what happens is every time those polymers get shortened, your plastic gets weaker and weaker to the point where it's not really usable for anything. Cotton is similar because there is short staple, medium staple, long staple, extra long staple cotton. Short staple cotton is exactly what it sounds like. It's not very long, it's not very strong, and it's coarse. Shorter is usually not that well liked in most applications, except when you start to get to more expensive jeans. Beyond that, there's also locations where the short staple cotton is grown. There is one place in California where the cotton is actually very highly regarded, and then there are other places in mainly Asia where it's grown very fast, very coarse, it's not the best. That is where this cotton comes from. That is why it is important to note that if you're trying to get jeans that have maximum strength, price isn't really the guide to that. It's cotton staple length, and we'll talk about Levi's and tie all that together. Oh no. Well, I have poison ivy now. Shoot. How do I? Oh, that blows. That blows. That sucks. I just kneeled in poison ivy. Oh, F. Now we move on to Levi's denim. Levi's denim is almost 5 times as much as George, but it's made in Mexico. Is there a chance that it's made in the exact same manufacturing factory? Yes. There are some differences that are very important to note. Levi's spends a boatload on marketing. They have their Brad Pitt ad, they have an ad with Emma Chamberlain, I see Jaden Smith all over. That costs money, and that money gets added to your pants, so... And the most interesting part about what you see between George and Levi's is point of failure in construction. It's very unlikely that the point of failure for either of these jeans is going to be the denim. It's also very unlikely that it's going to be the stitching.
You are making very good outfits, man. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you.
So that is also fine. And that leaves us with the fixings. That leaves us with the rivets, that leaves us with the zipper. And that's where Levi's takes the cake because I don't know how much better quality it is, but it's definitely better quality hardware. The buttons, the zippers are YKK, so everything is a little spec higher. So you're less likely to have a broken zipper on your jeans. You're less likely for the buttons or the rivets to pop off. With Levi's denim too, there's also a higher likelihood that we're seeing some sort of proprietary denim that is exclusive to Levi's. George is probably just denim that is denim. And Levi's is probably a little like, no, it has to be done this way. This is Levi's denim. Unbranded is essentially Levi's if Levi's did the opposite of what they do. Unbranded is no marketing, it's just, okay, we're gonna use overseas manufacturers and overseas denim. How can we make this the best possible version of that product? So now the country of origin is China, but all of the fixings and the finishings and stuff are stepped up. And that's really what I mean about it's not the quality of craftsman that changes between countries or anything like that. It's the quality of the finishing details and the denim and all of those great things. So now if we look at these jeans, the first thing you'll notice is that they have a leather patch. This is the first jean to have a leather patch. And now you have proprietary selvage denim. Now we are on shuttle looms, which again is 4 or 5 times slower than projectile looms. So things start to slow down a little bit and cost goes up because of that. Along with that, the denim is selvage, so it's prettier looking. You have a blue selvage stripe. Please hold for an Atlas VPN ad. Hey, are you up? Yeah, I can't sleep. Can we talk about VPNs really quick? Apparently in 2019, Atlas VPN was developed by cybersecurity specialists and IT engineers in order to make the internet more accessible.
I'm gonna skip that.
All of these jeans so far have been dyed with pure indigo, aka synthetic indigo. And there's a difference between synthetic indigo and natural indigo. Natural indigo is natural. Nothing is exactly the same. Different batches of jeans and jackets and everything, all denim that's made with natural indigo, has slightly different hues and variations and stuff to it. And now we're into the big daddies, but still Naked and Famous regularly comes in lower than other denim jeans at their price point. And the question you may be asking is why? Because their fabric comes from Japan. They're made in Canada with laborers that are making above minimum wage, but they're still cheaper than a lot of the competition. And that, my friend, has to do with Japanese and Canadian trade laws. There are no duties paid on the fabric coming from Japan and going into Canada. There is on Japan to the US, so that already raises price for US companies. Something to also note now is when you're dealing with Japanese denim, really everything in the supply chain goes up. Dyeing the denim is more environmentally friendly, but also typically Japan sources better cotton. Japan puts a lot of resources into their denim. And what you see from that with Naked and Famous when compared to something like Unbranded or Levi's or George is different fading patterns. So there's a lot bigger gradation between blues when you get the jeans, the fade from super dark blue to super light blue. These companies, like I said, they're using proprietary denim, but that's proprietary denim. They are not using proprietary yarns that make up the denim. Remember way back when I was like, whoa, the most expensive jeans and the cheapest jeans have a lot in common? That's what we're talking about now. And what they have in common is that short staple length fiber. And the reason for that is because exactly why people don't like it in mass-produced jeans is exactly why people do like it in very small, fancy dancy jeans. And the reason for that is with short staple fibers, you get a very rough, interesting texture if done correctly. And now we're getting into proprietary yarn. Okay, now we are in MIJ territory where everything is cut, sewn, dyed, etc. in Japan. Now you start to see limited production runs, which Bezos said 800 was a limited production run. I made 100 jackets for the Iron Snail. That felt like a lot. We're using fully 100% iron buttons that will rust and age with wear. Sourcing those buttons in Japan is where the price goes up because there is only one manufacturer that makes fully 100% iron buttons in Japan, not capped, iron all the way through. They're also tempe treated, which is very different than sanforizing, but does get a lot of shrink out of the jeans. And what you do differently now is instead of getting your jeans and throwing them into a big industrial dryer or not washing them at all or sanforizing them is you get the jeans wet and then you hang them up and they dry in the sun so that way they shrink a lot. Picture someone being outside and drying 800 pairs of jeans in the sun. And then, of course, you get to the Tokushima Natural Indigo Hand-Dyed Natural Cultural Treasures of Japan, United States 2020-2023 for President. The $900 jeans, which are a different beast in and of itself.
Now we come to the interesting part.
Obviously, we have all of the fixings from Japanese denim, proprietary yarns, copper rivets, iron buttons, but we see more additives now. So if we're looking at the leather patch on the back, that is shell cordovan, which is the back, the horse's butt. Really. Then we get to the dyeing process, which in of itself is insane. Starting at the roots up, the indigo used to dye these jeans is grown in Japan. Then once you have the indigo, which is grown in Japan, you have the fermenting process, which is what you need to actually use indigo to dye your jeans, and that takes up to a year. Then once this indigo is ready to go, you obviously have to dye dye the yarns, but you do not dye the yarns on a mass scale. You are hank dyeing, so you're taking hanks of yarn, dipping them into this vat, pulling them out, checking them, letting them dry, and he continues to do this until it is the right shade and the right color, which, as you probably guessed, takes a very long time. It is then made into denim. That denim is made into jeans, and what you are left with is the most skillfully artistic made jeans in the entire world. This is the Alpha, Omega, End-All, King of Kings, Lord of Lords denim. I've had a Pure Blue Japan jacket. I don't have MIJ8s. These are Naked and Famous' sample pair that they let me borrow for this review. And that's how the sausage gets made. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you all next week. I really just am so thankful that you watch these videos. It means a bunch, and it means like I could do this because I really like it. So I appreciate you all. I will see you all next week. I think next week's video should be good. I haven't walked this way on the trail yet, so I'm gonna go see what's over there, and I'll let you know how it is.
I'm asking myself, why did you not try on the pants? Why in the world? I wanted to see that actually. Very sad. Very sad. But well, maybe. Maybe next time. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I still have to do a few things before we are ending our beautiful Sunday. Still have to work on a few things I have to send out tonight. Sorry. So I have to fix that before Sunday and before going to bed. I hope you all had a wonderful stream. A short one we actually don't do on Sundays. On Sundays we always do a long one. But today I really have to do plenty of stuff. And I need to finish that so I can send everything out tomorrow. And yeah, so I need to do that now. Before going to bed actually. So I wish you all a beautiful Sunday, and don't forget to come back next week for a new live stream. Next video on Tuesday, next YouTube video. If you have noticed, there was a new video on Friday. So you're always welcome to join into my videos. This is actually, I know we are here on YouTube, but would be absolutely brilliant if you could check out my videos and show some support. This is my channel. Where is it now? Check. Yeah. That's my channel, if you like. So this is the new video came out, and we have one here from Thursday. So it would be absolutely a blessing if you could check them out and leave a like, a comment how you like them, or if you like them. And I hope to bring you some more content in the future. I wish you a wonderful Sunday. Thanks for joining, legends. You are absolutely legends forever and ever. Thank you so much. And I would say enjoy your Sunday, or the rest of the Sunday, or maybe you are even somewhere different, on a different area, and you may be probably just waking up or going to bed, or very early in the morning, or very late at night. But I wish you all the best, and I hope to catch you on the next stream. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening and take care, legends. Thanks for watching, and see you later.
The carolers sing their sweet refrain, a melody that soothes the pain. The clock ticks